Hello, what's your good name?
I'm Hiren.
Shall we begin our interview?
Sure.
Your part 1 starts now. Do you live alone or with your family?
I live with my family.
How often do you meet your friends?
Almost every day, I teach in a college and all my colleagues and students are my friends.
Do you like making friends from various places or the same place? Why?
I'm a very sociable person, so I can make friends with any kind of person, no matter where he or she comes from. However, I enjoy making friends with people of different places, as it exposes me to various cultures and thinking.
What kind of things do you enjoy with your friends?
I enjoy watching films with friends, going out with friends and shopping with them, and I also enjoy playing pranks with friends.
Do you forget the friends who live in another country? Why?
I don't forget them, rather I miss them a lot, and I'm always desperate to meet them because when I think of them, happy time I spent with them comes to my mind, which makes me want to meet them.
How do you support or help your friends?
I help my friends in their studies by giving them notes, in their tough time by being their shoulder to cry on, and by counseling them when they are in a predicament.
Okay, your part 1 is over. Now this is your cue card topic. You will have 1 minute to think over it and later you have to speak for 2 minutes. Your topic is describe news about your family that gave you happiness.
Okay. It is said that no news is good news, but I beg to differ from this popular belief because sometimes news can infuse us with a novel zest for life. Such a piece of news was conveyed to me by my brother during the first week of the last month. For 2 months he had been preparing to study in the UK when I got the news that he had been given the visa to the UK. I was just over the moon on receiving this news, and a happy picture of my brother graduating from a premier British university popped up in my mind. In fact, when I got this news, I was just plodding home after a tiring, hectic day at my workplace. But with a single beep of my mobile, the ennui and exhaustion disappeared suddenly, and my gait speeded up. Indeed, it was a piece of good news for me, as my brother is the eldest among all siblings. His promising future can be of great help to all family members. And frankly speaking, I am also desirous of going to the UK for studies. So, once my brother goes there, he can guide me properly as to how I can apply to various colleges and universities in the UK and how I can find fund for my studies. Moreover, I have been keenly interested in British culture, art and literature since my school days. So now that my brother is there in the UK, I can get all kinds of information from him about the things pertaining to British culture, art and literature. Besides, he can also air his opinion about the culture there and how it differs from or resembles mine. And I have requested him to pay a visit to the University of York, where I would like to pursue my tertiary education. I'm eagerly looking forward to some important information about this university that he is going to send me. After I'm apprised of the student life, the courses offered by the university and cost of living in York, I'll be able to make the final decision about my studies in the UK.
Okay, shall we start part 3?
Certainly.
Why do you think a lot of people leave their countries and try to settle in other countries?
There may be various factors responsible for this trend. First, some threats or insurmountable problems like famine, terrorism, insurgencies, etc. in their home countries may be responsible for a mass exodus from one country to another country. This is true for many underdeveloped countries, whereas as far as developing countries are concerned, the pull factors are more responsible than push factors. Migration from developing countries to developed countries can be attributed to people's search for greener pastures.
What effect does migration have on people and their countries?
I think migration brings about cultural and intellectual exchange and thus enriches cultures of both countries. For instance, After migration to England, an Indian comes across and picks up English culture, while English people get exposed to Indian way of life and thinking. A host country is always indebted to its migrant for its cultural diversity. Besides, the country from where people migrate also gets influenced by this kind of migration, as those who have migrated get married in a foreign country and raise their children there, and thus their home country's culture becomes totally strange to this kind of children.
Do you think that migration can also result in loss of skilled people?
Yes, I can see the possibility of brain drain if immigration becomes rampant. If those who are highly educated and professionally trained leave their country and settle in a developed country, it is a great loss to their home country. For example, if outstanding professors, scientists, doctors, and authors migrate to a foreign country, people of their home country will be deprived of their services.
What do you think should be done to stop brain drain?
A country can preserve its highly skilled and professionally trained people in a number of ways. First, this kind of people should be recognized and awarded for their excellence in their respective fields. Besides, a good number of lucrative jobs ought to be caused for highly skilled people. And last but not least, if this kind of people want to pursue higher education, a collaboration can be made between universities of home countries and those in foreign countries.
Should other countries help one country in solving its problems? Why and how?
I think that if we want to stop the Third World War, we have to learn to live together, which is possible only when each country cooperates other countries in solving their problems. Thus, one country alone grappling with its own problems will become a passé, and the entire world will become a global village living harmoniously. For this, numerous international organizations for a special cause can be formed. For example, to shoulder the responsibility of providing better education to people, all countries can come up with one international organization that exclusively focuses on education. Some contemporary problems such as terrorism and imbalance in ecology can be better solved by collective efforts.
If we learn to live together harmoniously, what kind of world do you see in coming 10 years?
The very question evokes a rosy picture in my mind. I think if we live together harmoniously, all conflicts will be resolved and peace will prevail. Doors of one country will be open to other countries, and intellectual and cultural exchanges will become more often and easier. Though there will be various religions and faiths in the world, no religion will be valued over others. The number of breaking families will be decreasing immediately. There will be more technologies for better life, but no weapons of mass destruction. In short, the world will be a paradise in the real sense.
Okay, Hiren, now your IELTS speaking interview is over.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.